about how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
The royal family may have fancy titles and reside in palaces, but they are not without controversies. People are obsessed with just about every aspect of their lives, and that obsession has grown now that they are in the spotlight so much. So here is a peek at the 10 dark secrets that the British royal family is hiding. So you hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell, and we'll get right into it. Number 10, Prince Andrew dated a sexy actress. Prince Andrew, Queen Elizabeth's third child, has a history of facing a lot of controversies. The Duke of York has had to step down from his official royal duties due to the scandals surrounding his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, and his relationship with Koo Stark, which attracted a lot of attention. When Stark and Andrew started dating, she was invited to Buckingham Palace and later to Balmoral Castle. The young actress was said to be close to the Queen and the royal family. They stayed in touch even during Andrew's time as a helicopter pilot with the 820 Naval Air Squadron during the Falklands conflict in 1982, but remained largely out of the public eye until a trip to Princess Margaret's villa in Moustique that attracted media attention. However, when the press leaked her topless photos, her relationship with Prince Andrew became feeble. Being involved with sexy actresses remains to be scandalous to the royal family. The relationship ended after 18 months. Andrew went on to marry Sarah Ferguson in 1986, a relationship that would be riddled with controversies of its own. Number 9, Prince Charles scandal, Camilla Gate, aka Tampon Gate. The marriage of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer was far from being perfect. Both parties had various affairs, including Prince Charles' very public relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles, Duchess of Cornwall, who was his previous girlfriend. Although both Charles and Camilla were already married to their partners, they continued to exchange some very controversial phone calls. A provocative 6-minute phone call went into excruciating detail as the longtime lovers fantasized about being intimate with each other. The recordings are also known as Tampon Gate because Charles expressed his desire to be his lover's tampon in the recordings. Unfortunately, the future monarch's entire family was outraged and disgusted when the recordings were leaked to the public. Number 8, King Edward VIII married Wallis Simpson. They had Nazi connections. The 1930s were rocked by the love affair between Wallis Simpson and King Edward VIII. Simpson was an American socialite who, by the time she met Edward, had already been divorced twice, making her unfit to marry the king. Edward abdicated the throne to marry her, which shook the royals. Furthermore, the scandal did not end there because the couple was then accused of having close Nazi connections both before and after World War II. They moved to Germany in 1937 to meet Adolf Hitler. The FBI also learned that Simpson was once a lover of the Nazi foreign minister. The palace did not want the public to hear about Queen Elizabeth II's uncle being a Nazi sympathizer. Given Hitler's crimes and the war's destruction, it is not shocking that the royals want this connection to be forgotten. Number 7, Princess Anne owned a dog that attacked children. Princess Anne, Queen Elizabeth's only daughter, is well known for her charitable works, but she is also no stranger to controversy. Princess Anne and her husband were walking their dogs in Windsor Great Park in 2002 when Dottie, their 3-year-old English Bull Terrier, had bitten 2 children. The English Bull Terrier escaped and viciously attacked 2 young boys riding their bikes. Anne was fined £500 in order to pay the children £500 in damages as well as £148 in court costs. The princess and her husband were the first senior royals to be charged with a crime. Princess Royal pleaded guilty to the charge under the Dangerous Dogs Act. However, the parents of the children were enraged upon knowing that the princess got away with a fine while Dottie was allowed to live. To note, the same dog murdered one of the Queen's favorite corgis the following year. As for the princess's defense, she deliberately said that the puppy is a good-natured dog and friendly. Number 6, Prince Harry the Nazi. Prince William and Prince Harry were seen shopping in public in 2005 while looking for bizarre costumes to wear to a friends-themed fancy dress party. The brothers went into a shop and purchased 2 different costumes in keeping with the party's colonials and natives theme. Although Prince William dressed as a lion, Prince Harry wore a khaki uniform with a blazing armband and a black Nazi swastika sign that complemented his skin and bright red hair. While many in Britain called Harry's scene a case of youthful stupidity, human rights activists from around the world have called on Britain's third in line to the throne to give a public apology for his inconsiderable behavior. The conservative leader Michael Howard requested that the prince apologize in person rather than via a statement released on his behalf. Besides, a former Labour defense minister proposed that he be banned from serving in the army, while others suggested that he should join the British delegation to Auschwitz to observe the 60th anniversary of the Nazi death camp's liberation. Number 5. The Duchess of York's infamous toe-sucking incident. The Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, was married to Prince Andrew, the Queen's son, and they were blessed with two beautiful daughters, namely Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. From a happy family, everything was about to change drastically over the next few years. As their marriage began to crumble, the Duke and Duchess divorced in 1992. The Duchess was open about her affairs with other men, which caused her to be despised by the rest of the royal family. At one time, she was pictured topless on a beach with financier John Bryan. The situation became even worse. To add to the scandalous affair, the paparazzi managed to photograph Bryan sucking her toes while sitting on a sun lounger in 1992. This enraged the Queen, who drove her out of Balmoral Castle. In the years after the scandal, a biographer implied that Ferguson's toe-sucking scandal, which resulted in her feud with the British royal family, appeared to be fabricated. Ferguson and Prince Andrew, Duke of York, were both married at the time the photographs were released, and although they broke up in 1992, during which the toe-sucking incident happened, they didn't declare their divorce until 1996. Ferguson was only recently welcomed back into the royal family. She was present at the royal wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Duke and Duchess of Sussex, along with Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, who refused to speak to Ferguson after the incident. Number 4. Prince Charles may not be Prince Harry's father. Following Diana's death, it was generally assumed that Hewitt, not Prince Charles, was the biological father of her son, Prince Harry. Even though the two have a striking resemblance in appearance, Hewitt has continuously claimed that Harry was born before their relationship began. Diana, in a candid interview with journalist Martin Bashir for the BBC program Panorama in 1995, revealed her 5-year affair with James Hewitt, a military man. Because of this, many people thought Harry's red hair was a strong indication that Prince Charles was not his biological father, because of the late Princess of Wales affair with British Army officer James Hewitt. The arguments, however, are false, as Hewitt himself denied all rumors about him being Harry's father. Number 3. Princess Beatrice was romantically involved with a convict. Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson's eldest daughter, a socialite, dated a man who was accused of assault and beating in 2006. Paolo Lozua was arrested for manslaughter before meeting Princess Beatrice after brutally beating a man named Jonathan Ducateller, who died as a result of his injuries. The charge of the said crime was subsequently dismissed, and he was just sentenced to probation. According to the Metro in the United Kingdom, Paolo dated Princess Beatrice when she was just 17 years old. Beatrice met the American through mutual friends in July of 2005, and the two started dating in August of that year, but they kept their relationship secret for a year. However, Beatrice broke up with him not long after she had known the crimes committed by her boyfriend. Years later, Beatrice's ex-lover got himself into legal trouble again when he was arrested in Australia for cocaine possession. Number 2. Diana threw herself downstairs while pregnant with Prince William. Being stuck in a loveless marriage, the public eye placed immense pressure on the late Princess Diana that led to her tragic, short-lived life. She talked bluntly about how Charles had driven her to an eating disorder called bulimia, just a week after they got engaged in an interview on US television. Also, during her marriage to Prince Charles, Princess Diana struggled with depression, and she documented her most intimate and heartbreaking thoughts on tape. The People's Princess remembered throwing herself down the stairs when 4 months pregnant with Prince William to get her husband's attention, and one of her recordings given to journalist Andrew Morton. Number 1. Richard III DNA shows British royal family may not have a royal bloodline. The royal family's position has been called into question in 2013 after DNA samples from the long-lost King Richard III exposed a break in the family's lineage. The researchers found something unusual after taking a DNA sample from the skeleton. They discovered that the DNA of the male line, the unidentified descendants of Henry Somerset, the 5th Duke of Beaufort, did not fit Richard's, implying that an adulterous affair had broken the paternal chain at some stage in history. Although this would have occurred hundreds of years ago, the startling revelation had significant consequences for the new royal family. In other words, somewhere down the line, an affair shattered the line of royal descent. Many kings and queens, including Queen Elizabeth II, could not have had the right to rule at all. From Henry VIII and his wives to the tragic death of the people's Princess Diana in 1997, the British royal family continue to be the center of public attention and have been for hundreds of years. It cannot be denied that the royal family is a culturally important institution, not only in the United Kingdom, but around the world. So expect some more controversy from the so-called royal family. And you remember the drill: hit that like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and post this video. And if you have any other comments, leave them down below because we would love to hear from you.